Grab your glass and pull up a chair. It's time for your favorite girls' night in.
Welcome to Pouring in Parenting. We're your besties, Sil and Inish.
We're here to laugh through the chaos. Hello, Pores. Let's start the show. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Pouring in Parenting. Thank you for joining us. Adele, my girl, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I am doing good as well. It's been a good day, and we're going to keep that energy going.
Right, let's.
With that being said, what did you pour into your cup today?
Poured a lemon drop martini. I got a little novelty case for Christmas that had a bunch of little samples. Added some vodka to it and done. I got myself a martini.
Nice. I am not as adventurous as you are this evening. I poured a glass of red wine, Lambrusco. It's sweet and not too sweet. So cheers to that.
Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, ladies
Yum.
and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode. What about your friends? We're going to be discussing the ins and outs, the good, the bad, the ugly of friendships, the different seasons that you deal with when it comes to pre-mommyhood and post-mommyhood. Let's jump right into the first topic. Let's
sounds
talk
good.
about the pre-kid life versus the post-kid life. So, have you noticed a difference with your life pre-kid versus having kids now? Dealing with your friends. Like, I'm talking about the shift from being the yes, I can go, yes, I can do that, versus now you need to like make sure you're navigating your life around your baby's schedule.
Yes. When I was without children, it was really easy to get up and go. For the most part, I was always like down to hang out. Now that's just not the case because I am more mature and just full of busy schedules. It's definitely different. First, I barely even get hit up as it is. But even when that does happen, I'm like, sorry, can't. Something's going on. And I've never been the type of a mom, and I don't get judgment for this, that works around my kids' nap times. My thought is if they're tired, they will sleep in the car.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of parents, and no judgment from me, so please don't send your negativity my way. But I just never was the type to work around their schedule because they needed to work around mine. And that's just how it goes. Now, that's nap time. Sleep time, though, is a whole nother thing. I need you in bed by a certain time. Other than that, that's just not the way I roll.
So crazy that you say that because hello, nice to meet you. I'm the friend that would schedule my life around my kids' nap time. I felt like you were talking to me indirectly. So, to answer my own question that I just asked you, with my firstborn, I was that mom. I would literally not want to do anything if it interrupted his nap. I was so like schedule. Like, no. He's taking a nap right now. I can't do anything between this hour and that hour. Don't even bother to ask me. Or you can ask me, I'm going to tell you no. Now, granted, that stressed me out. That was such a stressful life I was living. And in the moment, I didn't realize how stressful it was
It's that new mom
until
syndrome, right?
it was
Unless you did it with the
crazy.
second one, then I take it back.
Oh, no. Please. I don't care where you sleep right now. Just stay up.
Sleep on my
If we're
lap.
out and
Sleep on the
about.
floor.
But I definitely don't even trip now. As far as naps go, if I can control the situation, obviously. With the firstborn, I was definitely like, no, he needs his nap. I will not to go without me. I am now that mom that's, if it's interrupting anything that I got going on, it is what it is, baby. He gonna sleep where he fall asleep. And it's fine. It is completely fine.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
So moving forward, let's talk about friendships and the evolution of it. So I'm wondering, Sil, did any of your friendships change the moment you got that positive pregnancy test?
Not so much when I got the positive pregnancy test. It was more when I got married. I did notice a shift in friendships. Maybe just couldn't relate to big change in my life. I did have a friend who did not attend my wedding, because allegedly she didn't have a babysitter. She was my friend for a while at that point, and I told her I really wanted her there. Now, mind you, my wedding was no children. I told her, hey, I want you there. If it's the fact that you don't have a babysitter, bring the baby. I don't care. I want you at my wedding. She said, okay. Did she show up? Absolutely not. Not to the church service and not to the reception. It was definitely her. And when I spoke to her, she mentioned that she just like basically couldn't handle it because she at that time should have been already married or engaged. So that was a little hard to hear because I felt like it was really selfish, especially when I was trying to accommodate her. Our friendship took a hit after that. I did forgive her, like, I didn't care anymore. I was like, "Whatever, you missed out." But after that, we really just didn't talk anymore. Same thing with another friend. I think just us not having the same relationships, dating or having boyfriends, now me being married, it just kinda drifted away, and I was sad. I did my part, I reached out, but it wasn't reciprocated. So it is what it is. Just gotta move on.
Right. That's an interesting point to point out as far as, like, the marriage aspect of it, because I was just thinking about having kids, but that I mean, these are, like, 2 completely different chapters too, right? Getting married is one chapter in your life. Having kids is a completely separate chapter in your life. And so for a lot of people, I can see if that's what they're striving for and they're not there yet, the frustration or pressure they can feel if someone in their circle is meeting those obstacles that they're striving for and they haven't gotten there yet. It's such a tough space for that person to be in and for them to try to figure out like how do I support my friend, right? But obviously you got to do like I'm going to get married one way or the other. I'm going
Mhm.
to live my life. I'm going to keep moving and growing in this path. And so for them to make that decision to not support you, like, it's just that, it's their decision. I've been in plenty of situations, but the crazy thing is that I've been in a situation where I had a friend tell me and another friend that they didn't wanna go out with us because we were gravitating more attention from men than she was. It was so random, like, the maturity that she possessed to tell us, like, "Hey, I enjoy hanging out with y'all, but I'm not gonna keep hanging out with y'all because you 2 get more attention than I do." And we
Mhm.
were like, "Damn." We didn't notice. We weren't even looking for the attention. That was the last time she hung out with us. You still gotta root for your friends, cheer your friends on. That note, I'll move forward. Let's talk about the loss and gain when it comes to friendships. Let's talk about being honest about the friends who drifted away, which I feel like you touched based on a little bit right now, or a lot of it, because the lifestyles didn't match anymore, and the new ones who stepped into your lives. So, do you have any new friends that have stepped into your life now since becoming a mom or married?
I will say that, well, first off, you, hello, hi, you.
Ew, how you doing?
I think we both kind of went in the same path almost simultaneously so
Mhm.
that, we had our own like adventures together when it came to those milestones. But I've always also been really like family oriented. So it brought some of us a little bit closer, but it also brought some of us a little further apart. And as much of that really sucked, now I can be like, well, you know what? I mean, this is just where I'm at in my life and I can't apologize for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that you can recognize that is amazing. You're putting it out there for them to do exactly what you blatantly said. Either you accept it or you don't. This is where I'm at right now in my life. I can say that I've gained a lot of friendships because I've just met a lot of mamas out there and having a lot of relatable moments with them. I've been able to kind of entrust them like, oh, okay, mama, I'm a mama, you're a mama. Let's be friends. Why not? Whereas I wouldn't have had anything to connect. I wouldn't say anything, but just based on the dynamic of the energy, I would say that that's been the main reason that I've been able to connect with a lot of different people. So I've been able to gain a lot of different relationships, kind of the opposite of what you're saying, low
Right.
key.
But you know
But I
what?
had
It's also your personality, though. You are a
mm,
social butterfly. You love to talk to people and get to know people. Putting yourself in that situation, let's just say, for example, at the playground, you are
mm,
going to meet a parent out there because that's just what you do. I, on the other
Yeah.
hand, am very introverted. I don't
Yeah.
want to say I don't like people, but I don't like people.
Right.
Now, once you get to know me or once I get to know people, that's totally different. I will talk for a while. We'll have a great time. But
Yeah.
unless someone gets me out of my shell, for example, you have, I'm just not going to talk. I can be a mute. I can literally be a mute. And I'm totally fine
Yeah.
with that. So, me making friends is a lot harder because I don't put myself out there.
Right.
And it's just my personality. And I'm fine with
Right.
that.
Right. Me too. Because I don't want you to make any more friends. Just me.
Uh,
That's it.
Not creepy at all.
Crazy. Okay. So let's move forward with the topic and let's talk about now we're parents. We're mom bears. We're out there. And let's talk about the moments that you could have potentially. Wow. What am I adding into that word? Potentially. Jesus.
You're adding like an N.
Talking about just bring the baby when it comes to going outside. Does that bother you? If you tell them, "Oh, I can't go, I don't have a sitter," and they're like, "Oh, just bring the baby." Has that ever been a moment to where you're like, "No, I'm not bringing the baby because I wanna go out without the baby." Like, is
Oh,
that
I see what you mean. I don't know if that's ever really bothered me. It depends the situation. Like I said, I'm that parent who didn't even care about a nap schedule. So most likely I was bringing the kid if I knew that there was going to be someone there to help me out. No, I can't say that that's really bothered me so much. Now,
Right. I've been in situations where, "Oh, I can't go out," and people have told me, "Oh, well, bring the baby." Pretty much how I approached you with the question is my response. I don't want to bring the baby. That's the point of me going out, is to be
hmm
without the kid because I'm with the kid all day, every day. The people that have said that to me have been so nonchalantly, "Oh, just bring the baby." And maybe they have
hmm
a 12-year-old and a 13-year-old. And I'm like, who's going to play with the baby? Who's going to hold the baby? I can do the exact same thing at home. But the point of me stepping out of this house right now is to not bring this kid. And I usually, there's never been probably someone who doesn't have kids that say that because they want that old school turn up by niche. So someone who doesn't have kids most likely is not going to be like, "Girl, bring the baby." They're like, "Girl, find a sitter." They start, volunteering people. I may fall into that peer pressure of bringing the kid, but most likely I'm like, it ain't meant for me to be outside today because I'm not going to bring this kid. Like, you're stressing me out.
So I do see what you're saying. And my husband's side of the family, which
Hmm.
has the most children at the moment, my baby's the youngest. So
Mm,
while all the parents are having a great time and their kids are off, in the playroom or in the pool or wherever, my baby's just kind of stuck to my hip. When she gets in her moods, she just wants to be with me. And
yeah.
that part is kind of frustrating because here everyone is having a great time. Maybe it sounds a little selfish of me, but I also want to be having a great time. And I can't always do that when she wants to be on my lap or she wants to go to sleep or she's hungry. And all the other kids, they don't even think about food once they're playing with all their cousins. They're just doing their own thing. But mine at the moment is still very much attached to me. So that part does get a little frustrating. But I mean, it's a family get together. Like, I'm not going to not bring her. But yeah, so that I guess would be how I can relate to what you said is not so much being bothered by being asked to bring the baby, but bringing the baby. And then everyone else is living it up. And here I am on the couch with
Right.
this one.
It's like, who gonna help me
Exactly.
with this baby that you demanded that I bring? Let's jump into the next topic. I'm curious to know about group chats that you may or may not be in as far as when it comes to like parenting group chats, mom group chats, family group chats.
There's quite a few group chats that I'm in. I
Okay.
am in like a girls group chat. I am in like
Like mom girls?
uh, no, they're not all moms. No, don't worry about it. Because yes, obviously you would
Oh my
know
god,
that you're
that's
not in it.
crazy. Oh my
With my sister-in-laws and my niece, we're in a group chat, and then there's a bunch of random family group chats with some people in some and some people not in the other. There's quite a few.
Okay. I I I was in some group chats. I'm not in any at the moment, but
Mhm.
I've definitely been in not as many as you just listed right now because I mean, I counted at least 3
Yeah,
separate group chats. And then me, we have our own personal chat. That's like I'm feeling more
there
stressed
you
out
go.
for your group chats than mine. Like, so do you feel any stress or anxiety about all those chats you just said right now?
No, when I look at them, like, and I see like 40 messages at once, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? And half the time, at least in one of the group chats, it's really nonsense stuff about some sports, about a player who got drafted or traded or whatever the case is. And
I am in a sports I'm not even in I'm lying, I'm lying. And my husband's actually in the sports group chat because I don't have an iPhone. So, fuck
ugh,
me because I don't have an iPhone. But
please,
so
for the love of God, just get
you're
one.
not you didn't even start that way.
No, I started with a droid.
Alright. We're not gonna bash androids right now. That's not what we're focusing on. But I'm on the outskirts of that group chat for my son's sport team. My husband will just forward me all the messages. I'm gonna put a pin on that right now, on group chats and all that jazz. And we're gonna play a game now, but when we come back after the game, we're gonna talk about what happened when the group chats go silent or when you realize that you just aren't a part of the group chat anymore. Spicy. Let's move forward with our new game. Please message us on how you're feeling about this game on any of our platforms. This game is called Sing to Me. And how we play this game is we're going to ask each other a question in reference to a song, and the person that is being asked the question needs to sing the answer. Yeah, that felt
I think they
right.
got it.
Good. So I've been talking a lot, so you go first.
Okay, I hope you're ready.
I'm not.
Boys to Men has what type of swing in Motown Philly? Let's say swing. It's more like swing.
Not
But
too hard, not too soft.
the actual lyric, when I looked it up, is swing. You're so close. Oh my gosh. You're like skipping the part. You literally just keep skipping that part.
Motown Phillies back again with a
Keep going.
little East Coast swing.
You got it.
Yes. When Biggie was dead broke, he couldn't picture what. When
Okay, hold on. My gosh. Wait. Hold on. You got me. Hold on, wait. Oh my gosh, that stupid song.
it's a great
I
song.
could hear his voice. I cannot hear any of the lyrics. My gosh, I hear his voice and everything.
I hate to do it, but I'm gonna do a countdown. Five,
It's like,
4, 3, 2,
I
1.
know.
What's your
I
answer?
nothing. I hear his
Okay.
voice. None of the words are he's not singing the words to me. He's just
Just the tune.
speaking. Yes.
Okay, here we
Shit.
go.
What is it? Oh, I'm so angry now.
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. When I was dead broke, man, I couldn't picture
Couldn't
this.
picture this. Dang it.
Okay, so we're gonna do one more round.
Sure.
Sil's gonna have the, or I said that was crazy. Me projecting that you were gonna lose. Whoever loses has to take a big gulp of their drink. So it's your turn now. I'm ready.
Okay. What does T-Pain say she is cutting off in the song I'm Sprung? What is she cutting off?
She got me doing the dishes. Yeah, I know she got him doing the dishes. You know what I'm saying? Oh, anything he wants for some kisses. Ooh, I'll be humming and do the whole
No.
episode. Dang it! What is it?
She cutting off on my homies, even on my other ronies.
No
She
lie, I
ain't even
wouldn't
my
even
main
got that.
lady. You were so close.
Not me picking the right verse is crazy.
Yes. That's I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna fucking get it again. And there you go, not singing the whole part.
Num.
Yeah, and you did that. The numma.
Dang it. We're gonna
We're the worst.
do East Coast, West Coast. What did Tupac's mom do every Thanksgiving?
Jeez Louise. Okay, now I gotta hear his voice. Okay, hold on. Okay, hear his voice. Wait. Still hear Biggie's voice. It's not fair.
We from the West Coast though,
I
girl.
know.
What did Tupac's mom do every Thanksgiving?
Oh my gosh, stop it right now.
Okay.
I hear the song. Stop.
I'm sorry. All right, so we're gonna have to put a
I don't know.
countdown on
I know. Okay, it's not coming to me. God damn it.
and
I do
jump right
want to
into
say
it.
that I was like really, really young when these songs came out. But I just
I almost
okay,
called you
go ahead.
out your name.
I really was.
Do you listen to the radio? You know all these songs. I am not presenting anything to you that you do not, especially living in Cali. You know what I'm saying? Mama made miracles every Thanksgiving.
Damn it. I had the right song in my head,
Mm,
but what was happening for Thanksgiving? I was thinking of food.
miracles.
Okay, wanna know.
We're tied though.
Yeah. Yeah, so now we're tied.
Um,
You're going down.
oh, whoa, that was scary. All right, cheers to that. We're both trained. I don't mind drinking.
Fine with me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that game of Sing to Me because we were having fun doing it.
That was fun.
Moving forward and going back into the topic that we left behind, we're going to bring that topic back up and talk about the group chat, politics, and mean girl energy. Let's talk about the silent chat and addressing the sting of being left out or even kicked out of a digital circle. So, have you been in a situation that you've either been left out or kicked out of a group chat?
Yes.
Talk about it.
It doesn't really have anything to do with parenting, but it definitely caught me off guard at my last job. Every week we would get takeout for lunch. Once a week, there was a specific coworker who she was took it upon herself to send a message to all of us in the group, letting us know what were the options for lunch and to send our order to her. And then it would get picked up. Done, simple, everything's cool, you work together. And then from one week to the next, it wasn't in the chat. So I went to another coworker and was like, hey, like, are you getting lunch today? She's like, oh, yeah, sent my order. I didn't get a message. Is there a new chat? And she, because it's quite, I think she knew already something that was going on. I had no clue. Then it happened to my bestie coworker. She also was not in the group chat. So we're just like, what the heck? It's one thing to forget one of us, but both of us, and there was only
Right.
like 5 or 6 of us in the whole group chat
Oh,
as it is. So it wasn't even a lot of us. It happened and like, all right, fine. Whatever. We went and got our food. The thing is that we ate together in the same area. We would come back
mm,
with our food. They had their own takeout. We had our own takeout. And nobody would say anything. Like they wouldn't acknowledge, like, oh, hey, you know what? We forgot to add you guys or nothing. Mind you, one day we were late for a meeting, my bestie and I, and the main woman who left us out of the chat was like, oh, do you want me to wait for you guys? I'm looking at her. We were running late because we had to go get our own food. Like, bitch, no. Why? We talked about like bringing it up, but then we also felt like it was like the stupidest thing to bring up. Like, hey, why are we not in
that you're
like
not
the
getting us
lunch?
food.
Right? Are we more than capable? Of course. It was just so awkward and it really bothered me. And after that, we all went our separate ways and I would just like hear things. I appreciate someone to tell me the truth. Like if I insulted you in any way, just tell me because more than likely my intentions were not to be malicious. A little birdie came to me and told me allegedly what the issue was, just my opinion about something that got me exiled from the group. And
Shame.
right, my coworker bestie also had to pay for it because we were two peas in a pod at work. Are you kidding me? Like, really? God forbid I have a brain of my own. I was like, well, I'm not going to follow Satan around. I'm going to just do my own thing. And that's how I got removed out of the chat and kept it to myself or in between me and my bestie coworker. It was so annoying, so petty. And you're being a mean girl. It is what it is. I'm no longer there. Good luck
Right.
to the people there.
That is so unfortunate. She felt the need to exile you out of the out of the group chat, as opposed to maybe approaching you and talking to you about whatever her troubles were with you is a very blatant form of disrespect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is
that's how
what it
I
is.
see it. I have stories of my own to answer that question as far as being left or kicked out of a group chat. And I've been in some group chats with other mama bears and never would I have thought that I would get left out of a chat. The women that I was in a group chat with, we were all physically in the same space with each other. And at one moment, they were talking about a critter. Oh, the bug was so big. All three of them were discussing this large bug.
Were you the bug?
No, it was a real life bug.
Okay.
Bitch, this would have been old. This would have been a very different episode. It was a real life bug. I hadn't seen the critter. I was like, oh my gosh, what is this bug? Well, let me see the bug. And they're like, oh yeah, we sent it. And I never got it. And then in that moment, I realized that the three of them had a group. that I wasn't a part of. And to this day, I still never see. She just described it to me and never included me into this group.
It's rude.
She was like, "Oh, it was this big," and, "Oh, let me Google it for you." The second story that I'll tell you, there was a moment that all of our husbands were going to be in the same space outside of town, and we all could have potentially had the opportunity to ride together to go watch our husbands work. And that wasn't my intent. I ended up texting the group and invited everyone to come to my house. Hey, ladies, come to the house. I'll cook. I end up getting a phone call about 8 minutes later from the leader of the group. I was kind of surprised. I was like, oh, shit, she's about to talk about what she needs to bring. Yes, bitch, like you're being very proactive. Yes, I hop up on the phone. And it was, it was the complete opposite. She proceeds to start talking about some other shit that had nothing to do with the text that I had literally just sent 8 minutes earlier. And in the midst of the nonsense that she was telling me, she proceeds to tell me that the three of them all decided to drive out together. And they had excluded me out of that group chat. And
She told you that they excluded you?
she told me that she excluded me because at that time my baby was like 6 months, and she assumed that, oh, we didn't think that you'd want to sit in the car for that long with the baby, so we just decided to go without you because it was like a 6 hour
Mm-mm.
drive or something.
Like, give me the option to tell you no.
Ma'am, because how dare you? How dare you? We're all kind of like being forced friends, but the fact that she picked up the phone and called me was crazy to me. She knew that was a fucked up situation to put anybody in, to
Right.
exclude me out of that specific group chat. So what I ultimately ended up doing, I was like, "Oh, okay, girl, that's fine." I mean, because what am I do? Like, I'm gonna fight you? Like, what am what am I
Come over here
No!
so I can give you one of these.
Like, girl, how I handled that situation, as soon as her and I hung up the phone, I text the group back and told the ladies to have a safe trip and to make sure that they get a lot of pictures. And nobody responded back, obviously. And quite frankly, the first text that I had sent out inviting everyone to the house, no one had responded back at that point either. She
Mm.
ended up picking the phone up and called me. I'll say this, from high school, middle school, women, we are definitely catty, depending on how you want to be as a person, understanding and deciding which side of the fence you're going to be on. Are you going to be a catty girl? Or are you going to be a girl that wants to embrace other women, uplift other women? Like that was the moment that they could have uplifted me as a new mom and said, hey, girl, we'll take turns. It's a village. We're all going to take this 5 hour drive and figure it out. But they chose not to. The woman in your situation could have took you to the side.
Mhm.
The approach definitely could have been handled a lot differently. Moving
Okay.
forward, we're going to talk about Mean Girls, how being an adult still sometimes feel like we're in high school. And based on the stories that we just talked about, is giving that energy. So, Sil, outside of your ex coworker, do you feel like there are still any adult mean girls in your life right now, or did you move past that?
Ooh, in my life right now. At the moment, I don't think I'm experiencing any mean girl cattiness. I'm good right now. I mean, it is what it is. Us females, we have our issues and we pick and
Yeah,
choose
we have hormones.
when we want to be catty and when we don't. I try to stay away. If I feel some type of negative energy, I'm at that point in my life where I can be like, I don't need this. And I just go my own way.
And that's
What
awesome.
about you?
That's of anything that I feel like that's the best answer that one can have is no. For me right now, no. I don't have any mean girls in my life. I have really good energy around me. I have positive friends around me. And for our listeners out there, if you're in a different space right now, I hope that listening on, we're going to talk about how to move in that energy. But I hope that you can find a space that we're in right now where the energy just isn't negative and that you can find a space, but to where it's just not negative for you.
Yeah,
So,
not a
yay.
competition, not
No,
any
right.
type of jealousy, just other women wanting to see you glow, grow, and all
Yes,
the in between.
absolutely. Let's move forward and let's talk about the play date break. Now, Sil, I feel a lot of the play dates that you've done have been with me,
Yes.
especially over the summer last year. I was trying to rack those play dates in. With that being said, do you feel like play dates were for the kids, or did you feel like it was for us, like low key?
Oh, it's for both, for sure.
Hmm.
Not just for them,
Yeah,
not just for me, but definitely we all gained from it.
right. I agree.
So,
I 100% agree.
yeah, we can catch up, girl talk, have our conversations, have our drinks.
Yeah.
The kids, they're off doing kid stuff. Even our littles, they're the same age.
Yes.
So they're able to just stare at each other or do whatever little toddlers do, and be out of our hair. We're just watching them. It's
Yes.
fine. The older boys, they get into a little trouble, whatever they're doing in the backyard. But ultimately, like, they're good. They're tiring themselves out, which is a plus, and we get to hang out. So
Yes.
yeah, I benefits all of us, honestly.
Yes. I love play dates. And I'm pretty sure I called you every day, like low key, unless you told me, like,
Yeah,
okay, girl, I'm busy. Don't bother. But I called you every day. I love a good play date. I have play dates out here in Texas. Whenever I go to Cali, you are literally number one on my list for a play date because bestie, like,
as I
lit.
should be.
Okay, because who else would I call? For the mamas out there that are listening in, if you have a friend or if you need to like hunt for a friend, hunt them down. But play dates is a great way to allow your kids to socialize with other kids and for you to get updates about whatever update needs to be updated with another mama. So making that, I don't want to say necessity,
Like a priority.
a priority. There it is. A priority to squeeze in a play date with your bestie or just another mom, making sure you can put those play dates into your schedule. If you can, get it in. Let's talk about making the effort with navigating your friends that don't have kids. So, are there any friends in your life right now that don't have kids and perhaps they're looking for your attention or your energy?
I have a particular friend who doesn't have kids, and our schedules just don't seem to mesh. She'll hit me up and be like, "Hey, like, let's meet out on this day." And I'm like, "Ugh, I can't this day. What about this day?" She's like, "Oh, I can't." She's equally as busy without kids. It definitely becomes a little bit difficult. So it's really just trying to squeeze in that time. We've gone out like to a bar at night, we've gone to lunch. It's not always going to be going out at night, but even just a little something just to like hang out. I've met at church just, whenever you can, because some friendships you do wanna continue with. So you just gotta try to make it work, even if it's just a little bit of time.
Do you have any advice for new mamas that may be older in their late 30s that are becoming moms and they're trying to figure out how to juggle friendships with maybe friends that don't have kids?
I would say give grace and be patient because your friends without kids don't understand you. They might say, "Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
no, I get it," or "Yeah, my sister has all these kids," or "My brother has all these kids." But unless you have kids of your own, you really don't understand everything that goes into raising a child. So I would say be patient with those friends of yours that don't have any children because they really do not get you, and you do have to be pretty specific about things. And you can say, like, I'm not trying to blow you off or diss you. Like, this is just my reality right now. Maybe you just need sleep. Like, I would love to see you, but I need to catch up on sleep. Like,
Mhm.
I've been up all night. Invite them over. Like, if you're lucky to have your kids on a schedule, okay, and there I go, talking about schedules. But if your kid is on a schedule and you know what time they sleep, invite your friend over during that time. Like, the baby sleeps, usually from this time to this time, come on over, like, have a snack or just come over when the baby's awake. Like, at least try to make an effort and hopefully it's reciprocated. And if it's not, then it's just not where you're at.
Right.
That might be the end of the season for you and your friend. And that's okay too.
As far as like your friend coming over when the kid's asleep, I have a friend back when we lived in San Diego. She lived dumb close. And boom, I wake up pregnant. She came and visited several times. I just want to give her so many kudos, like, girl, because we ultimately ended up turning our friendship into she's just going to come to the house and hang out with Anish and the baby. And she would just come hang out at the house. And we would still have cocktails. We're talking, we're laughing, we catch up. The baby's asleep. She just made herself available and present. And she made adjustments to her life. We both made adjustments, quite frankly. But the fact that she was just so willing to do that She's a real one. For those that are out there and you're a new mom and whatever season you're in, be it you're in your 30s, your 40s, 20s, and you're becoming a new mom, just understand that there will definitely be some shifts in friendships at any age that you're entering because depending on whatever season that your friend is in, if you're having a brand new baby at 42, your other friend that might be 44 probably has a 20-year-old or something. And not to compare yourself to them, but just hey, it's a different season. Y'all took two completely different paths, and that might be the end of y'all season. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be sad about it. Embrace the new season.
Reaching out to those women out there who don't have kids, but maybe you have a friend who just had a baby or who
Mm,
has kids. Try to make yourself available to them as well. You probably don't know how much they really do need you. Us moms, we
mm,
need to socialize with someone other than a toddler. We need people to come to us. And I'm not gonna ask anyone to come see me. Please come to my house. No, but put yourself out there. Like, do you want me to come visit? Even if it's just for a little bit. You might not like kids, and that's okay. But don't let that keep you
yeah,
away. Just come hang out for a little bit. A little bit goes a long
absolutely.
way. I'll bring you some
Yes.
lunch, or let's just watch a movie together, or play a game. Let me do your hair, whatever, like something, because we moms do your nails. Yeah, and they fall off in the sink a little while later. It's fine. But regardless, but we all need a friend at one point or another. If you are in the position where all my friends, they all have kids, they still need someone to talk to, someone to just come over. Let's be in our pajamas, hair in a bun, no makeup, and just chill. Us moms can still have a conversation. So please don't cut us out because we're parents. We still need that socialization. Do us a favor, continue to be our friends.
Well said. Remember to give yourself grace when it comes to your friendships and the balance of being a mama. The season is yours. Remember that. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Pouring and Parenting.
Where sip happens and we pour about it.